Howdy folks, Dreadshells here, and welcome back to World of Tanks. I hope all of you guys are doing well. It's been a while since I've done a commentary video, so I figured I'd rectify that here today. If you've been keeping up to date with the content that I've been releasing on my YouTube channel over the last few weeks, you'll notice that I've been releasing a lot of scout guide chart videos. These are videos where I show screenshots of highlighted positions and along with mini-map references, so you guys can see the positions that I have found consistent and productive in my time of playing World of Tanks for spotting enemy movement, spotting enemy dispersion. And in the last few videos I've started to start showing the progression of spotting, how you move through a map once you've defeated an enemy in a specific location, how you move on from there. And one of the maps that I did was this one here, Karelia, and on the same mode, Assault, Karelia Assault, and this particular game is Assault Offense in my WZ-131. And this particular game I played on my EU account. Now, before I start the battle, I'm just going to let you guys know ahead of time that I played, in my opinion, I think I played this battle really badly. I made several major tactical and strategical errors in this battle, and despite the statistical outcome of this battle, I still hold that opinion. So let's just start the game. Now there's quite a bit of mobility on the enemy team here, something that I actually wasn't anticipating enough. They have 3 tier 8 scouts, 2 tier 9 mediums. This position here is actually really good for the south/west spawn on a Karelia Assault Offense for spotting into the middle of the swamp early. And I'm going to pause the game right here. I think I'm going to do a play-by-play commentary on this video. Already making a mistake here. When you go into this G5 position here, when you're looking on the minimap, if you spawn on the south and you're trying to spot from this side of the map on offense, and you go into this location, it's very important that you at least drive up to this bush right here next to this rock and pause for a moment to see if the enemy rush any scouts or fast mediums or anything like that into the middle of the swamp area, because it's not uncommon for players to rush across, if from the defending team, across the swamp and try to get up underneath the attacking team's sniping gun line here that sit up here on this hill here. And so usually what I do here is I pause here for 5-10 seconds or so to see if the enemy will do that, and then I will move up a few meters here to this rock right here in this bush. The main reason is if you move up to this location here and you spot enemy scouts crossing the swamp here like this, then you're better able to turn around and retreat back this way. The main risk of enemy fire from this location here is over here, right here. If you look on the mini-map, that would be in E3, E4 area, and also the E1 area, of course, where this AMX M449 is. So if you can get down to this ditch, it'll make it a lot harder for the snipers in this area up here to hit you. So that is the first mistake that I made in this battle. And there we see already that the enemy sent 2 scouts there across. And this is why me not pausing at this rock back here to see if the enemy would rush scouts across the swamp was a really bad decision. Also, second major tactical error that I made is that I continued. Once I spotted the T-49 and the 54 lightweight, I decided to continue going the same direction, which is another really bad mistake. Yeah, it would have taken a little bit of time for me to turn around and start retreating back here, but I would have been a lot safer, and now I have no idea why I drove out in the open. This is a really bad decision. And I'm engaging 2 tier 8 scout tanks. Luckily I haven't taken any damage yet, But I'm also exposing myself to sniper fire from all along this ridge line right here. If you see where this, basically from where this tiger is sitting right here, and if you look all the way across this ridge line, all the way over here to the E2, E3 area, I can get shot from this entire ridge line area here. From once I drive out behind cover of this rock, I can get shot from anywhere. And not only that, I can get shot by both of these guys here. So it was a really, really dumb and bad decision for me to continue pushing into the open like this. Luckily, the T-54 and T-49 haven't shot at me yet until at that moment, and the T-49 misses. I think he was using the small gun, but that's still dangerous when you're playing a scout, because the 90 mil on the T-49 HE ammo has like 102 millimeters of penetration with HE, and can still pen you fairly consistently. And I was somehow able to get out of that situation without taking any damage. I have no idea how. The enemy must have been asleep. I made a really, really bad tactical error and somehow was able to escape and not pay the penalty for my error. I honestly like this side of the map more for spotting when you're on Karelia assault offense, the east/north spawn area. Unfortunately, because the attacking team has double spawns and they're so far away from each other, it's not really practical for you to relocate at the beginning of the battle in most situations. Kind of a risky shot there, exposing myself to fire. There's a little bit of cover here that you can use in the ridgeline and this rock here to protect you from fire from where that VK-4502B is, and a little bit further north of him in A4, A5 as well. But you can get shot from players there where that Yak Panther is sitting, like I was talking earlier in E3 and in D3. The enemy for T-54 lightweight that had moved into the underside of our hill at the very start of the game, along with the enemy T-49, has pushed up into our sniper's perch, and he got obliterated by our Borsig and our Leo. Now I'm spotting this 4502B, who looks like he's stock. He only has 1,850 hit points, and it looks like the stock turret. It's always good to keep in mind when you're engaging your enemies. Not everybody has their tank fully upgraded, so you know that the tank might have a weaker offensive capability when you're engaging it. Decide that I need to move in here and help my T-54 lightweight, even though he committed into a bad situation. I'm gonna pause the game here. It's kind of funny. This T-54 lightweight committed early into this dip, and he doesn't have. First of all, the main reason why it wasn't a good decision on his part is because we don't have anyone up here in A9 to help support him. If anyone wanted to cross from their point of cover up here in A4 and A5, like this Lerva is, they won't be getting shot while they are in the open, and then when they get into the next line of cover where our T-54 is, he's on his own. So, in fact, he made the exact same mistake that I made over here when I pushed into the swamp here way too aggressively and way too recklessly, didn't wait to see what the enemy was going to do before I progressed, and I was really lucky to escape without taking any damage. This is kind of the same mistake that he made. He moved into here without knowing what the enemy was up to over here. And until I saw that the 1390 was starting to engage him, and I know the 1390 has an autoloader, and if he's using AP, he might not have the easiest time in penning our T-54, but he still might take a lot of hit points off of our T-54, so I wanted to do what I could to help. That's why I dropped off my spotting location here earlier than I normally would, and I spotted the Lerva here. I didn't know that the Lerva was going to be here, but once I've already committed into this crossing area into the open, I can't suddenly turn around and go back because I'm sitting in the open and any snipers sitting back here could shoot me. So I have to keep going and get into cover here at least and try to help my T-54 out the best I can. And I've loaded HE here for the potential of being able to pen this 1390. 1390 has really bad armor, and as long as you can avoid shooting the tracks, you can usually pen them with HE ammo. Really bad lazy auto aim shot on my part. I should have gone into sniper mode or at the very least manual third person. And it looks like the 1390 has unloaded his full clip here, and now he's reloading. And now I need to go in here and kill the 1390 before he reloads and get his gun out of the fight. Really bad time shot going over terrain here. And we get the 1390 taken out, and now we've turned a 2v2 into a 2v1 with this larva. Not actually reversing up back in time to avoid fire from this larva, and he could have shot me there. Trying to go for the tracking shot there, and a really bad choice because I just sat there out in the open and made it really easy for the larva to shoot me. So he probably could have shot me anyway, but you always want to be making it the most difficult for the enemy to shoot you as possible. And now the enemy 4502B has decided to move up and engage us. Luckily, he decided to wait until we took out the 1390 and the larva. Go for the side of the turret there, but unfortunately, I think the shot maybe went a little high and clipped the very edge of his turret. Go for the side of the turret again, and able to get a pen, and the 54 secures the kill. So an entire sequence of events that just happened right here in this B6B 7 ditch area right here. I didn't play the best. The overall strategy was okay, I think. I needed to go over here and help my T-54 out as much as I can. If you see that your teammates are in trouble and you know that you probably won't... I mean, there's always a chance of losing HP when you're fighting, of course. But if it's not absolute suicide for you to go help them, it's usually a good idea to go help them as much as you can if you think it's a fight that you have a chance of winning. And we were able to kill 1390, a larva, and a 4502B, I think with maybe a little bit of sniper support, but for the most part, both of us, two of us killed 3 of the enemies, so that was a really good outcome for us just by doing some teamwork. Had some couple lazy shots there that I should have aimed better, but that was an overall very good result. So let's keep going. Fortunately, my gun is damaged now, and it's not the most accurate. Being careful on my progression here. And now the Skoda T50 has been spotted over here. He's been fighting over here for most of the game. We know that the Chi-Ri was spotted over here in D1, and there's 2 artillery, so it's only the SDR V-1030 who hasn't been spotted so far, and we're assuming that he's sniping somewhere up here in the north. Make another micro error right there. I was getting greedy. I reloaded an HE shell because you can pen the side of a Chi-Ri quite easily with HE, once again, as long as you avoid the tracks. And I actually missed an opportunity for damage. I should have just taken the damage that was guaranteed there with my AP, but I wanted to get a nice juicy HE pen on him, and I paid the price for it by not getting the damage in earlier. The Bat Chat, Tier 9 Bat Chat Artie, 55, it just fired now, so I want to go in and get him taken out before he's able to reload. It is Artie, and he has a fairly significant reload, but the Tier 9 Bat Chat actually has a fairly quick reload, just like the Tier 10 Russian Artie, the Object 261. And now I'm making another misplay here, technically. I know I have the HP to spare to take a single hit from this STRV, but I shouldn't be doing this in the first place, right? Technically, he can high roll and one-shot me. And not only that, just throwing away my HP is not very good practice. Like, if this was a close battle, this would be might cost the game, you know? So I'm exposing myself to fire from this STRV here. It is 13.7. We have the 54 over here. We have a Tortoise and Borsig and Leo back here, and we have our Artie still. So we're probably going to win this game anyway. But the overall principle is bad, right? I am making a overall fundamental error here. And once again, luck is on my side, and I absorb a shot from the STRV into my tracks because he shoots into the edge of my tank instead of the center of mass, and so my tracks absorb the shell. And now something really funny is going to happen here. I've seen this happen a lot with the new Swedish tank destroyers. When tanks start brawling and start pushing each other, that these Swedish tank destroyers are really easy to push up either from the front or from the back. And this 54 lightweight took advantage of the fact that I was distracting the STRV and he started engaging him. And now he's come up behind him and pushed his butt up into the air. And it was kind of really funny because I normally wouldn't be able to pen the front of this Swedish tank destroyer, but because the T-54 pushed him up, now I have a really nice shot into the top of his tank, which is fairly flat now because he's up in the air, and I was able to pen him where I wouldn't have been able to otherwise, so I thought that was really, really funny at the time. And the T-54 there secures the kill on the STRV. And as you can see there in the chat, I found that pretty funny. So, recapping here real quick. I wanted to show you guys this game here because I think a lot of the time, I probably am guilty of it too, a lot of the time too, where a lot of YouTube channels for World of Tanks, they show all these awesome replays and they talk about the awesome results of it and how cool it is and all that stuff. I don't see a lot of reserved critique of gameplay regardless of the statistical outcome. If you guys, when you guys see the score sheets for this game, you think, wow, that was a really huge game. You got a lot of damage and you got a lot of XP and yada yada yada. I think I played this game, maybe not terribly, but badly. I think I played this game badly. The first mistake here at the beginning of the game, going way too aggressive here into the middle swamp area and not losing any HP despite my mistake, and then not really managing my marksmanship very well over here in the B6 and B7 area, and a lot of micro errors as well, along with the strategical error that I made over here. And it's very important to not, in my opinion, judge the quality of your gameplay by any one end battle result that you have from your score sheets. If you start trying to play based off of principle and fundamentals, then you will start to get good results statistically speaking more often for sure, and you'll start to get the best results will start to get better as well. But I think it's really important to always be critiquing yourself when you're playing, to look for things that you could have done better, look for things that you could have done different. Maybe what you did wasn't wrong, but there was something different that you could have done that might have improved the situation. And that way, in principle, you will start to learn better technique and better strategies and how to outplay your opponents better, and not just use statistical outcomes in battles to say, look, I played really well, I played really poorly. Sometimes you can play really well, but you might have a really poor statistical game, or vice versa, like in my opinion, I did here. So before I start rambling on too much longer, I'll call an end to this video. I want to thank you guys for watching this game and listening to the commentary. Once again, I've made some scout guide charts for this map, and I will put it in the... No, I won't put it in the video description. YouTube has a feature. If you click the eye icon on the top right hand corner of the screen, that will take you to the link for the map scout charts that I've made for this map. Want to wish you guys the best of luck out there in your battles on Karelia. Happy hunting and take care.